Well, when I saw the story, it reminded me of when we were shooting. I looked at the script and I said, this is kind of far-fetched. But as we were shooting the film itself, there was a bus chase. Somebody stole a bus and was being chased down the Pacific Coast Highway. And then a second story was that they had found a bomb on a freeway. So as we were shooting, it became more and more life. Now, this story in Atlanta, I find it amazing. I mean, the chase, because and the bus careening off other cars and stuff. I remember all that stuff when we were shooting. The way the cars were bouncing off the bus, and the great stuntmen we actually had. So it brought it back, and it brought back to the point where yeah, somebody can steal a bus. There can be a chase on streets, surface streets, and it can happen that way. I personally think that's one of the greatest action movies ever made. And no, I had no clue of the legacy. I had no clue how good the film was until I sat in Mann's Chinese Theater and watched the film put together with everybody else. And my mouth was, this is what we did? I was so pleased. I couldn't tell you how pleased I was. And I almost turned it down. Yeah, twice. And they kept coming back. But that was it. You have to remember that was in the 90s. It's the world, the motion picture world has changed. In the 90s, if they wanted you, they wanted you. Now they got 1,000 people behind you, and they say, not worth it. But back then, in that day, they wanted you, and they would pursue you until it became ridiculous, of course. But they did come back at me, and I don't know what I would do without that movie. I mean, I've had people from Poland, Japan, all come up to me and talk about that movie.